A Hamas terrorist group freed 4 female Israeli soldiers held captive in Gaza since the October 7th attacks. It's the second exchange of hostages and Palestinian prisoners in the fragile ceasefire deal that began last weekend. Ramy Inocencio is in Tel Aviv with the details. Ramy, good morning.
Michelle, good morning there. And here at Hostages Square, happiness and relief. You might be hearing some Israelis cheering just right now. Other people holding their hands to their faces. Other people crying with these 4 more hostages now coming home after 476 days in captivity. And we have that moment of release we want to show you now. These are 4 young female soldiers. They emerged from that Hamas car and walked across Gaza City's biggest square. That's Palestine Square. They were smiling, they were waving, and at least appearing physically well. Then they were handed over to the Red Cross. Their names: 19-year-old Liri Albag, 20-year-olds Karina Ariev, Daniela Gilboa, and Nama Levy. And watching this, I want to point out that this release was very different from last Sunday when we reported the first hostage release. Today's was a much more orchestrated show of strength by Hamas as well as Palestinian Islamic Jihad. There were more of their fighters, and notably they were together. There was a much larger crowd of onlookers as well. There was even a stage we saw with a banner that had the words "Zionism will not prevail." And this may now raise questions here in Israel and really around the world. How successful has Israel's 15-month bombing of Gaza actually been? And what might Israel's military do in reaction to the video we are now seeing today? But for friends and for families of the hostages, they were just jubilant. Look at that, watching from home and from here in Hostages Square. Those women have now been taken to a hospital here in Tel Aviv for checks and reunited with their families. Later today, Israel is expected to release 200 Palestinian detainees and prisoners. There are still 89 more hostages left in Gaza. 7 of them are Americans. 3, just 3, are believed to be alive. And the next hostage release, Dana, if the ceasefire still holds, is set for next weekend. People here are hopeful and they are anxious.
It is just the beginning. Ramy, thank you very much.